What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So, Qatar, the non-NATO member, the country full of rich Muslims, all right, super wealthy Muslims, the country that once was full of pole, nomadic fishermen, and goddamn camel herdsmen. The country that, just like the rest of them Arab countries, who was pole vagabonds until they found oil, and then they started calling themselves princes and kings and shit, because ain't none of them got no lineage back to nothing. They just gave themselves titles when they found oil. Your president, he ain't buying, goddammit. Mr. Donald J. Trump, all right? Just a couple days after he bailed out Argentina, the agricultural enemy of American farmers. The op, all right, he makes another move. He says, you know what, Qatar, since you're going to give me or allow me to have this $400 million gold plane, y'all know that's his favorite color, gold. He like gold toilets. He like gold ballrooms, you know, because he making the White House, little gold ballroom. He like gold everything, gold planes. He said, you know what y'all can do? Y'all can go ahead and build yourself a military base in America. In, Idaho? Idaho. Now listen. Idaho is supposed to be white. And I'm black. I know that. Idaho. Listen. This is probably why. This is why he bankrupting the farmers. I bet you some big box corporation gonna buy that land from a bunch of, farmers who are struggling, and they're gonna give it to the Qataris. That's what he is spitting in your face. If you voted for Donald Trump, he is spitting in your face. Good God. In the history of this country, we ain't never allowed nobody to have a goddamn military base. You know what a military base is? Occupation, colonization. America colonizes almost every country in the world. We do. If you got a military base on it, it's a colony. It's colonized. Neocolonialism. It's an American form of neocolonialism. Only a few other countries can do that, and we do that everywhere. Europe, Africa, Australia, South America, it don't matter. Opt or not, we got a base on your shit. All right? Nobody has a base in America. No foreign country, not even a NATO member. All right? Keep in mind, Donald Trump has no history in this country. His family is not from here. Neither one of his parents are from here. They're from Europe. They're German. They're Schnitzelwinken. All right? Schnitzelwinken. And he is showing you how much he truly gives a fuck about you. Listen, it don't matter how mad you get at Trump. He told you only got to vote for me one time. You ain't got to worry about it no more. Because he didn't give a fuck. Y'all can jump Trump. Y'all can say, oh, I'm done with it. It don't matter what you done with Trump. When you voted for him that third time and put him up in there, your job was done. Your opinion means nothing. Because he's either going to stay in power by force or he's going to leave after making all that money. Y'all remember the first time when he was president, when he had the Trump Hotel right there, and he had foreign dignitaries bribing him by buying out the hotel? They was filtering money and bribes through the hotel. We just let Trump do anything. Listen, no politician out there can ever be held accountable. They're just going to keep pointing at Trump. They're going to say, if we try to hold anybody accountable after Trump, we got a precedent that, hey, the government don't do nothing about that. Trump was a felon. He got to be the president. Trump was a damn on the Epstein list. We didn't even want to release. Half the government was defending it. Except Trump is a sexual abuser. We instead of punishing him, we gave him a promotion. We made him the president after that. All the shit Donald Trump was been allowed to do. And he been spitting in your face. If you're a white Christian man in this country, and you was hoping that this white supremacist neo-Nazi was going to help your white ass out, You were sadly mistaken. Because you forget, there's levels to this shit. You got classism, okay? These are rich people. They don't care about you peasants. They was just telling you that to get your dumb ass out there and vote. 3 times you did it anyway. Because he a good businessman. Yeah, he a good businessman. Got himself a $400 million plane that he said he was going to put in his library. Now, you know he going to fly around in that bitch. Huh? And all he had to do was give a non-NATO Muslim country a military base in Iowa. I be wanting to say Ohio. Y'all know all that shit sound the same. Iowa, Ohio. I never been to that country. Neither one of them. All right. But Idaho, yeah, they got potatoes there. Man, listen. How y'all feel about that shit? Listen, I need to know how y'all feel about that shit. Like, France ain't got one. Israel ain't got one of them. All right? England ain't got, usually out of all the places people that have a base, England would be the one country that I would expect to have a base. England. England is the one country I would expect to would have had a base. Just because they should be grandfathered in because America ain't nothing but England 2.0. That's it. This is listen, no other foreign country has a base in America, and it's for a reason. You want to talk about security threat? And it's an Air Force base too. They got the money. So these Arabs, these Muslims, who sponsor their own little terrorist groups, who do their own little proxy wars all around the world, because these are not good guys. We talking about some real bad hombres, okay? Look, you want to talk about eating dogs and cats? Watch out. Watch out. Listen, they done took Ohio. They about to take Idaho. What's they going to take next? Huh? What is Donald Trump, who is he going to give some shit to next other than you? White American Christian evangelical man. That's what I want to know. Remember that time he held the Bible upside down? Y'all just didn't even like pay attention to that shit, did y'all? I was like, oh, he just playing. I know y'all tired of that shit. Remember all them excuses y'all used to do when Trump would say something and then y'all would try to reinterpret what he meant? Remember that? Y'all regret that shit, don't y'all? He is making you guys look like a fool. This week, everybody else, this is what the fall of white supremacy looks like. This is what the fall of white supremacy looks like. Because classism is so greedy. They can't even help their own people out. Because guess what? Their people ain't got no money. White supremacists, most white people ain't never had no money. Y'all broke. Y'all poor. Y'all irrelevant. You guys are white trash. That word was meant for you guys. Okay? If you can't afford that $2,000 Armani suit, you're white trash. You understand? If your bank account, if all your accounts don't got several zeros in them, you are white trash. Meaning you're irrelevant. You are a pawn. You are a peasant. You are a serf. You are a slave by another name. That's what you are. Damn. That's, woo. Anyway, he did tell you. I love the unintelligent. And I see why. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace that we believe will be a lasting peace in Gaza. And Qatar played a substantial role from the beginning, working with our folks to ensure that came about. So I want to thank you for that historic piece. We look forward to joining the president as that gets, it's already been delivered, but as that's formally signed as well. And I'm also proud that today we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of our partnership. And I hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us.
This has to be the fucking Twilight Zone. Please tell me why that Pete Hegseth said today that the Qataris will be able to build a military base in Idaho? With troops? Baby, name one motherfucking country that got a military base in the United States right now. Right now! You can't. We don't have any. Out of 800 motherfucking military bases in 70 fucking countries, we sit here allowing motherfuckers in now. As if we're not predicted to crash next year.
Didn't Israel just hit Doha?
Halas, sliha, rega, lalatov.
For anybody and everybody that missed it, that's the biggest red flag you're gonna get all year. We don't have military bases in here because we attack every fucking country.
Fucking Letitia James currently is being indicted for fraud because she currently challenged Trump and got that motherfucker 34 counts of felonies after James Comey. So man just going after everybody that pissed him the fuck off. There was another Russian incursion in the Baltics. Germany sitting here and saying, I'm gonna shoot every single one of them down. Germany, why? Why? Russia said, Harasho. Do it. I got a little bitch. Get this. Get this. The last boat that we struck, it wasn't Venezuelan. It wasn't de Venezuela. It was from Colombia. And we already put that man on a banned visa list less than 2 weeks ago. Nah. Big boy Toupee sat here and said anybody that burned a flag getting a year in prison. In prison? He said also everybody who incites violence or incites a riot. Is a riot a protest? Am I inciting a riot because I'm doing a protest under my First Amendment right? Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of protest, freedom of petition, freedom of government. Stop going to these protests unarmed. ICE is sitting here dragging people by their fucking hair. What is this? Gestapo. The government shutdown gonna extend it again until next week, meaning everybody not gonna get paid on the 15th, baby. Everybody not gonna get paid on the 15th. I'm sorry, military. And on top of that, for some reason, they can't keep a fucking secret. Donald Trump wrote to Pam Bondi on fucking True Social like it was nothing, like it wasn't encrypted or anything. And man said, I want you to go after all of my opponents. Pam said, yes, darling. Pam, didn't you work for him before you was the AG? All right. Now, we'll see if that ceasefire deal go in with Gaza and Israel, okay? Assalamu alaikum. Israel talking about they removing troops, but we got to make sure y'all not sending any more blasts. Anyways, obviously, with all the bullshit that's going on right now, you know my prep retreats are coming up. Yeah, bitch! Where we teach you how to rock climb, swim, kickbox, and everything else in between, including shoot a gun. Because why the fuck would I wait for them to get to our door? That's not the fucking point. We're going to teach you all of your constitutional rights, all 27 of them, how to buy and purchase property, how to make sure that your credit score is going everywhere in the direction that it needs to go, and how to currently make sure that you're self-sustainable. Outside of that, contingent on where you're at, you're either going to be snowboarding or surfing, horseback riding, rock climbing, and swimming, going on tours and taking the opportunity of using a bug-out bag and being trained by the U.S. military that voluntarily is training the people to make sure they can fight back, bitch. And that's everything else in between. And you know we got bug-out bags, so go order yours. Bye.
So, Qatar is now allowed to have an air base in the United States. No other country in the history of the United States was allowed to have an air base. But now Qatar is allowed to have an air base. Because why? Trump got his Air Force One, and in exchange, he gave them sovereignty over the United States? Like, what the hell is happening here?
This is absolutely shocking. Do you remember the $400 million aircraft that the nation of Qatar gave to Donald Trump? This one right here. Remember 7 years ago when Trump said that Qatar funded terror? Listen to what we just gave to Qatar. It's sick.
We're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho.
When do those Make Qatar Great Again hats go on sale?
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. Well, a story continues. Do we remember where the Qatar government was giving Donald Trump a $400 million 747 and that hee-haw going on? Well, guess what is the return prize for Qatar for that 747 and what other things they must have done? Well, the United States government has signed a letter of acceptance to open a Qatar military base here in the United States. They want to come in and bring in and stage their F-15s. So the United States is going to have a foreign country from the Middle East open a base in Idaho. So it gets real interesting there. So was this part of the deal for the jet too? So that was the gift to the president, and then now this is the gift from the president. Qatar is building a military base and stationing 15 jets, or F-15 jets in Idaho. Interesting. Do you think there's might be, they're tied together or something? I do.
Now we know what President Donald Trump was trading for that big old $500 million new presidential airplane, an air base in Idaho. We will now have a Muslim country, Qatar, having an air base in the United States in Idaho, where they plan on having F-15 fighter jets and Qatari soldiers. Did you ever think that we would have a foreign country having a base in our country here in the United States? It is absolutely shameful. And for everybody that's supporting President Donald Trump thinking that he does no wrong, I think a lot of eyes are going to be opened with this one. He is stepping on our customs. This is not normal to have a Qatar military base in Idaho, of all places. We knew he was grifting for a reason. We knew. And then he said he was even going to take the airplane with him when he leaves. And he goes to be just a regular citizen, like it was his personal plane. This is really discouraging. And not only Democrats speaking up, but I'm really starting and hoping that a lot of Republicans start speaking up against this. Not MAGA. They'll find an excuse for it. They will never detour from what President Donald Trump says. But true Republicans, no. This is not right. Not normal to have an Arab country now have a U.S. air base in Idaho. Can you imagine? Like, I'm literally out of words. Put your thoughts in the chat. Bye.
This is crazy. It's kind of insane that Trump has approved, and the Pentagon has approved a military base for Qatar, a Middle Eastern authoritarian monarchy, to have a military base in the middle of America in Idaho, which is wild. What is happening? I don't understand. And by the way, this Ukrainian friend, follow me for more and check out links in bio if you want to show some love through supporting me financially through Venmo or PayPal. And this is right after they give him like a super expensive airplane as a gift for him to travel around. And it was kind of like, oh, it's just a gift with no strings attached. And now a little bit later, we're seeing that there's going to be a military base with 150 of Qatar personnel, military personnel there. They will be training on F-15s there, basically. I really don't understand. Is there other bases like that in the United States from other countries? This is very strange. I mean, let me know in the comments. See you in the next.
Remember that jet that Donald Trump got from Qatar? It must have been really nice. Because Pete Hegseth just announced today that Qatar gets to build a brand new Air Force facility on U.S. soil at a base in Idaho. Now, I'm not going to mince words on this one. If Joe Biden's administration ever approves something like that, a whole lot of people in this country would be calling him a terrorist. Let's not pretend like that wouldn't happen, because it would. The military installments on U.S. bases is not new, but this is not England or Singapore we're talking about. This is not a traditional ally, you would say. We've had a long-standing cooperation and partnership with Qatari military. We've done a lot of training with them overseas. We've done very rarely training on U.S. soil, but to reward a country like Qatar with a permanent installment on U.S. soil is a bit of a head-scratcher. And it's the same Qatar who Israel bombed. Why did they bomb them? Because they don't go after Hamas's senior political leadership who hide in Doha and keep their billions of dollars that they've stolen in Doha. They regularly don't go after other Iranian-backed militia who hide their shit in Doha. And regardless of your opinion on Israel and Gaza, these individuals are directly responsible for committing atrocities at a gigantic scale across multiple countries in the Middle East. So I wouldn't exactly call them a traditional ally. It's a bit of a head-scratcher.
So help me out. Let me know if I am understanding this correctly. The America First president, we're going to save the soul of this nation president is now allowing a foreign nation to build a military base inside this country. The foreign nation of Qatar, the same nation that gifted him a private jet, is now going to be allowed to build a military base inside our country. Now, many of you, especially on the right, will go, well, America has bases all over the world, and this is not such a big deal. This is blah, 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 blah. But that's not the point. The whole identity of MAGA, Donald Trump, everything is America first, right? Getting rid of all the people that don't belong in this country. Immigration, mass deportation has been the core policy of everything that this man has done. They have made it well known they are not friends to anybody outside of this nation. But all you got to do is gift this man something, private jet, give him a little bit of money, tell him he can build one of his hotels in your country, and he will allow you to bring parts of your military into our country and build a base here. Explain that to me. Explain to me how this was a part of what you voted for. Because I guarantee some of these people are going to be like, yep, doing great, voted for it, give them a peace prize. We are almost a year in, and there has not been one policy that's for the American people. Not one. And now we've gone as far as to let a foreign nation set up shop within our borders. Make that make sense.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.